What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new channel. My name's Hunter. I became a top-rated eBay seller in 5 months. I started in May. I haven't got my badge yet, but I just hit all the credentials in order to get the badge, so pretty excited about that. I'm gonna go over a crazy Pokemon thrift store find that I found today. I don't recommend buying Pokemon cards from a thrift store because they're usually sorted through, but this time it worked out. Pretty happy about that. But first, I'm gonna go over some of my recent sales. I don't have too much time to record, but I wanted to start an eBay channel, so this is the only way to do it. I'm gonna record while I drive. I drive about 2 hours a day, so plenty of time to record there. So first, I'm just gonna go over some of my most recent sales. I sold a vintage Frankenstein decoration for $39.99. I got this in the thrift store. I kind of paid up for it, but I researched what it was worth. It goes for about 40, some people 60, 50. I paid $10 for it. I actually got accused of changing the tag at the thrift store. I told them if I would have changed the tag, I would have went a lot lower than 10. I think 10 is too much, so glad it sold. I wasn't sure if it would sell, but I researched it. There were some good sold listings for it. Next, I sold this Marvin the Martian gun. I got it for $4 at a garage sale. Sold it for $19.50. Not a bad little flip, not a crazy profit, but they all add up. This was like a gun from some Marvin the Martian movie. I guess there was a live action movie, and it's scaled to be just like the one in the movie. Next up was a good sale. I sold a Scream Ghostface mask. It was marked MK. If you do some studying on Scream masks, there's some pretty profitable ones out there. This was a Generation 2. It was marked MK. Sold for $70. Generation 1s actually go for like $250, and the Generation 1s have actual cloth instead of the polyester material. Next, I sold a Catwoman Funko Pop. This was part of a lot of Funko Pops that I bought off someone off Facebook Marketplace. I bought quite a few of their Funkos for like 120 bucks. I think I got probably like 40 Funkos. They just wanted to get rid of them. I've been selling them off slowly. I've already made my money back on those, and now I got a big giant box of Funko Pops for free. Next, we got a VeggieTales DVD. I guess these DVDs are pretty sought after. I know there's a lot of VeggieTale fans out there. I never really watched it when I was a kid, but my cousins did, so maybe it was a little after my time. But the VeggieTales DVD sold for $12. I think I got it for $2 at a thrift store. Next, this was a great sale. Cinderella cake toppers. I got these in a box at a garage sale. Just a box of random toys, and I didn't know what was in it, but I bought it for $8. I've already sold a lot of items out of it. It was a really cool buy. But I sold the cake toppers for $49.99. I sell a lot of cake toppers. Cake toppers are hot, vintage ones. Next, I sold this little train at an estate that I got at an estate sale. I got it for $2.50 at an estate sale. I remember it was 50% off day. Original price was $5. I got a bunch of stuff at that estate sale, a bunch of vintage Barbies that have already sold. One's being returned, dealing with a return today. It is what it is, but I'll probably just sell it again. I sold a Scorpion Funko Pop for $12. This wasn't part of the Funko lot that I was talking about earlier. I just bought this one at an estate sale for $5, so not a lot of profit there, but all the little stuff adds up. Next, I sold a Pokemon Ruby Player's Guide. It was in pretty rough shape. I got it for $1 at a garage sale. Sold it for $18, so that's a pretty good little flip right there. Like I said, the Player's Guide was in rough shape. It was in better shape. It'd probably go for like 30 bucks, but not bad. Next, this was a cool sell. It was a Lego Ninjago piggy bank. It's about 14 inches tall, basically scale Lego Ninjago. Sold that for $29.99. I picked that up at a thrift store, and I picked it up for $4. Next, I sold this magic card that I pulled. Just sold it for 10 bucks, just a little flip. Next was an exciting sale. It was international, so my first time shipping overseas. Kind of nerve-wracking to figure out like customs codes and all that, but I've actually made another international sale after that, but this sold for $400. It's called a Sofubi. I didn't even know what they were. I'm gonna go over in another video how I found these. It was the craziest find that I've had yet. But sold one of them for $400. I picked up a whole lot of them for basically $400, and I have many, 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 many more of these things. So I'll make another video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you want to see that crazy find. Next, I sold a Pokemon card for 50 bucks. This was part of the thrift store find the other day, which I'll go over very shortly. Next, I sold some more cake toppers. I sold the Alice in Wonderland cake topper for $29.99. It's from that same lot that I got for $8. And last, I sold another Sofubi. It's a $40 Sofubi. It's called Blopus. It's made in Japan. Sold it for $40. This one's actually really cool. So as far as the thrift store find, I was at a thrift store. It was off, like, it was on like 50% off Seniors Day, which gets a little crazy. It was the end of the day, so I was like, there's probably gonna be nothing there. But I saw these Pokemon cards in their binder sleeves, and they were all in a plastic bag, and I was sure there's probably nothing in it, because there never is. I've been a victim of buying Pokemon cards at the thrift store. I think I bought a bunch of Magic and Pokemon cards at the thrift store one time, and you can't tell what was in them, and I thought there'd be something in them. The highest value card was like $3. If you sell singles, you could probably make money on something like that, but I definitely could not. It kind of steered me away from buying cards at the thrift store. But I could kind of thumb through the pages, through the plastic wrapper on this item, and I saw some of the vintage Topps Pokemon cards in there. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I just wanted to pick them up because of that. I also saw a Dark Blastoise, non-holo. So that card's about 17 bucks. So that card alone would pay for half of the purchase. So I said, I'll just take a little gamble and get it, because I knew that, you know, the Blastoise would pay for some of it, but not all of it. I like to make sure when I buy something that I'm at least not going to lose money, especially on gambles. But sometimes you just got to take those risks. So I purchased it, brought it home, thumbed through it. A mad amount of like base set, jungle, fossil, bulk cards, which for those sets, those are the first sets. Those are pretty cool cards to get. So I was just stoked on those. Then I got to the holos. There's like some base set holos in there. There was a Gengar, Hypno, Lapras, just crazy. So they're not in great condition, but for 30 bucks, it's obviously a no-brainer that it was a great buy. Then I got to the top cards, and I found out Topps cards aren't worth that much. There's a few. There's these rainbow holos, which I had none of. I had a lot of the regular holos in there, which are cool. Some of those are like $6 a piece. So I'll probably be selling them. Maybe a choose your own card listing, even though those take a while to set up, but I'll probably just sell them all singly. Why not? Then I got to the crazy card. Well, no, first I looked through the Topps, and there's one Topps card that's worth quite a bit. It's a Charizard Topps card, and it's clear, so one of the more rare cards from the Topps television set. And that card goes for about 60 bucks. Mine's a little bit scratched, but not crazy, so I'll probably list it. I'll probably sell it for like 40 bucks. I'll start it at maybe 55, or keep it. Then I got to the crazy finds, or the craziest find. There's some other holos that I can't remember. I don't have them in front of me, but I did find a dark Charizard holo, which is insane. It's not in good shape, so it'd probably sell for 100 bucks. But you know, a near mint card could go for 250 bucks of the dark Charizard. So I was stoked to find that. I might not sell that either. I mean, I probably won't. I don't. That's just kind of like, I never had a Charizard as a kid, so hey, I got my Charizard from a thrift store for 30 bucks. The back has some like black markings on it, which sucks. Not like pen markings, but just a little bit of like dirt or something. I don't know. But either way, the condition it's in, it would go for 100 bucks, 75 all day. But you know, near mint for that card's like 250 bucks. So this was an awesome find. Can't believe it. If you just keep going out and not giving up and just keeping your eye out for those treasures. They exist probably more often than you would think, like that Sofubi find that I found, and I found numerous good deals. When I first started, I was kind of grabbing everything like that I would look up, and that it was, you know, that someone sold it at one point. But looking at sell-through rates now, and then kind of just getting a feel for what sells based on trying it selling. So I feel like eBay kind of has a snowball effect. Like when you first start, you're just like grinding hard, and you know, even in the third month of just straight grinding, I listed every day, but just grinding through it, wasn't seeing that many results. And on sometimes I was seeing like hints of, you know, there's something here, you can make some money this way. But this month, entering into Q4, like I've netted like $1,200, which is crazy to me. I was just not netting. I know there's people making way more than that, but before that I was, you know, I was still netting, but not this on the 9th of the month. So it's just awesome. So I'm gonna keep making videos, maybe some POVs of going to sales, thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that, see where the channel takes us. So if you like this video, if you want to see more content, if you want to see some POVs of sales, just my process, I just want to help people be successful on eBay and come along for the ride on me trying to be successful on eBay. If you like the sound of that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching. Peace.